Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by other historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music done by Carrera, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Eozander, and I am joined by... Yes. Anyway, today is Wednesday, aka Wednesday, aka Wednesday, January 11th, 2023. I don't know why I keep wanting to say July. Like, I have a problem. Like, I have a serious issue. Let's see here. Move this over there. Alright. So anyway, why don't you have us start us out here in 1055?
In 1055, Theodora is crowned Empress of the Byzantine Empire.
Ooh.
That's one powerful woman, probably more powerful than Queen Elizabeth II.
All the power! Unlimited power!
In 1569, we have the world's first national state lottery. The first recorded lottery in England is drawn in St. Paul's Cathedral in London. The first prize was £5,000 Other prizes included silver plate, tapestries, and high-quality linen cloth.
Dang.
So if you got unlucky, you just won the money, and if you got lucky, you won the high-quality cloth.
I know, right? Those actually have value nowadays. A silver plate, though, like, you know, that's a really good... Why is there Sydney? Why the hell is... What? Okay, this makes no sense. Why did they choose the Sydney Opera House as the picture to represent something in England?
Because it's funded mostly by state lottery.
Oh.
They just looked for state lottery and...
Okay,
yeah.
That's a really negligent thing to just throw in there, man. I don't know why. Our source is getting worse and worse by the day.
I mean, I would hit St. Paul's Cathedral if I had to add some place, but whatever.
Yeah, that's weird. That's on the other side of the planet. Why? Okay.
Well, technically, it was also British. Anyway, in 1571, Holy Roman Empire Maximilian II grants Austrian nobility freedom of religion.
Okay. All right. You know, like, wow, that's surprising that nobility didn't have freedom of religion. Wow. So, anyway, yes. 1765, Frisia bans Voltaire's book Traité sur la Tolérance, or Treatise on Tolerance, in which he called for religious toleration and targeted religious fanaticism, especially that of the Jesuits. So, there we go. Like, you know, anything against the powers that be. Like, if you, as the saying goes, if you want to know who is truly in control, look no further than those you cannot talk negatively about. So, back then, the church, you know, was in total and complete power for most part, and
yes.
Anything against it, they banned, they ostracized, they what's the word?
Persecuted.
Persecute, yeah. No, like what's the like what they did to Martin Luther? Excommunicate. You know, they do all sorts of things. So, anyway, we're going to move on to we got some astronomy here in 1774. Charles Messier added M51, a spiral galaxy in Canes Venatici, to his catalog. All right. And then 1787, Titania and Oberon, moons of Uranus, were discovered by William Herschel. Ah. So that's cool. So some moons. So moons of the moon. So, alright.
Anywho, in 1838, the first public demonstration of telegraph messages sent using dots and dashes, also known as Morse code, at the Speedwell Iron Works in Morristown, New Jersey, by Samuel Morse and Alfred Weil.
Alright, cool, dude. Like... You know, like you know, I know this technology is really old and antiquated and probably easy to understand, but it's still like, you know, how did we figure these things out? Like,
he invented it.
Yeah, like.
Oh, you mean the telegraph?
Well, I mean, like, you know, like this is world, you know, altering technology. The ability to communicate, like, we have like posts and all that stuff, but like to communicate through wires, span distances in seconds that would take hours, like, or days, like, insane,
Yes.
dude. Like, and now we're doing shows live, just streaming from my freaking game room, insane.
Yeah.
So, anyway, go on.
Yeah. In 1879, the Anglo-Zulu War begins as British Lieutenant General Chelmsford invades Zululand in South Africa.
Ah, and I think that didn't end well for the Anglos, right? Let's see here. Who won the Anglo-Zulu War? Oh, British victory over the Zulus. So never mind. But still, it was a very, it was a rough battle, a rough war. So, yeah, that's something that it really does intrigue me. That is something I'm definitely gonna like look into a little bit more, because I've seen a couple videos on like some of the battles, their fighting tactics and everything, and it was rough. So
Yes. In 1885, Henrik Ibsen's play Wildauden, The Wild Duck, premieres in Oslo.
The Wild Duck. Huh. Sounds a little quacky to me, but okay. 1893, Jap Eden skated a world record 1,500 meters in 2 minutes and 35 seconds. All right. We also have first insulin injection, 1922. Insulin was first used on humans to treat diabetes when Frederick Banting injected fellow Canadian Leonard Thompson at the age of 14. I remember talking about this on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this guy just injecting an experimental substance into a minor. We found out that they were family, but still, like, in today's world, if that happened, that guy would be probably executed. So, like, yeah.
Oh, well, today people don't get executed
Well, we send him to Texas, so to get executed for injecting a unknown substance, something still in testing into a minor. I don't know.
Yeah, unless it's Anyway, in 1925, Frank Kellogg replaces Charles Hughes as U.S. Secretary of State.
What is a cereal guy doing in there? We don't want no Kellogg's.
I hope it's not the cereal guy.
Well, I don't know. Like, that's going to require a little bit of some deep research, but I think they are related in one way or another. Like,
yeah, probably.
Well.
Anyway, in 1927, Louis B. Mayer, head of film studio MGM, announces creation of Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
Nice.
Which is also where the Academy Awards come from.
I thought so. And MGM, of course, standing for Metro Goldwyn Mayer. So,
yes.
Which is weird because Meyer's the last name and Louis B. Mayer is the head of MGM. So, like, guess what? That's weird, but whatever.
In 1935, Amelia Earhart flies from Honolulu to Oakland, California, non-stop. And of course, we talked about it also on the show. She died probably doing what she loved most eventually.
Yeah. So, there we go. 1946, Enver Hoxha declared People's Republic of Albania with himself as dictator. That's not too cool. So.
Yes. Also, fun fact, despite what many people think, Albania is not named after Jessica Alba.
Ah. Wait, I just saw something here just by chance. 1949 on this date, snowfall was first recorded in Los Angeles. Wow. Huh. All this time, and that was the first time it was recorded. I think it's happened a couple other times too. I mean, like, it snowed in Egypt once, like, not too long ago. I think it was 2010 or something.
Yeah, Egypt, but in Los Angeles?
What?
Yeah, in Egypt, I can believe it snows, but in Los Angeles?
It has. It's happened a couple of times. Not that often, but...
I'm just heckling.
Actually, what's kind of funny, though, is, like, I remember a couple years back, the snow really came down like down low, and people legit started thinking it was the end of days. And they started calling 911 and tied up the emergency lines for like half a day. People were seriously freaking out because like, oh my god, it's snowing! Like, holy shit, we're in Southern California, it's snowing. Yeah, this must be the end of times. Call the police, help! Like,
so if that happens, is Los Angeles the city of snow angels?
ha! Yeah, they will be when the traffic gets way too out of hand.
Oh my god.
1953, J. Edgar Hoover declined a six-figure offer to become president of International Boxing Club. Huh. So that's interesting. So I wonder if that's before he became director of the CIA. No. 1921, he became assistant director of the FBI. So this is way after all of that stuff. So.
19 for the head of the FBI.
Yeah. We also got some NBA history here. In 1963, the San Francisco Warriors center Wilt Chamberlain scored 67 points in 134-129 defeats to LA Lakers at Cal Palace. All right.
And they said...
What?
They said moo, because it's Cal Palace. In 1976, Dorothy Hamill wins her third consecutive national figure skating championship.
All right.
In 1976, Stephen Sondheim's musical Pacific Overtures opens at Winter Garden Theatre in New York City, runs for 193 performances, wins 2 Tony and 2 Drama Desk Awards.
All right, that's a lot of awards for that little performance number. Like, that's that's nothing to blow your nose at. Don't get me wrong, but like we've had ones in like multiple hundreds, including like multiple thousands. But like
yes.
2 Tony and Drama Desk, so this was a good play. Huh.
In 1983, Billy Martin named the New York Yankee manager for a third time.
Cool.
In baseball.
Yep. Going from baseball to hockey here, in 1983, the LA Kings center Marcel Dion picked up his 24th National Hockey League career hat trick and added 3 assists for 6 points in a 9-7 win in Washington, the Kings' first road win after 8 straight losses. Wow. So thank you for breaking that. So, 6 points in a nice. So he scored over half the point. He scored 2/3 of the points there.
So you could say at that day he was the king of the kings.
Yes, he was in that game. And then we got 1987, the AFC Championship in Cleveland Stadium. Denver Broncos defeated Cleveland Browns 23-20 overtime. Dang. Then John Elway. Wow, he kind of looks like Ron White slightly. So. And was that my 3?
I think you have one more.
All right. 1990. National Hockey League New York Islander Pat LaFontaine set team record of scoring goals in 11 straight games. Cool. All right. Where's Alice? We got all these hockey things. Oh, man, dude, where is Alice, bro? Like, wrestling now? Today's an Alice day.
In 1991, Ric Flair wins the NWA WCW wrestling title.
Yep, the National Wrestling Association, not to be confused with Attitude. So, yeah.
Yeah. And in 1992, American singer-songwriter Paul Simon brings his Born at the Right Time tour to South Africa at Ellis Park Stadium in Johannesburg. And in 1993, independent presidential candidate Ross Perot publicly... let me do that again. Ross Perot publicly returns to politics.
I think this is the guy, this is the guy Gold Moon spoke about. He's an entrepreneur and a presidential candidate. He did run for president a while ago. Apparently while I was alive, I believe, but, obviously I was a kid back then. But he could have been, good president. So, interesting. We got the 24th People's Choice Awards in 1998. Harrison Ford and Julia Roberts won with Dramatic Motion Picture. What did they do in 1998? Dramatic Motion Picture. Indiana Jones? Maybe?
I only know Armageddon, but that's with Bruce Willis.
Maybe it was Air Force One. I don't know. But then Tim Allen and Oprah Winfrey win to TV. Oprah Winfrey, obviously, we know about that. And Tim Allen, I think, for the same thing as Home Improvement, right?
I don't know. Probably.
In the late 90s, that sounds about right.
But
We
it ran
have
from
we
the
have in.
90s.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it ran from the early 90s to sometime in the late 90s, but I don't know if it was still running in 98.
Let me look this up here. Home improvement. Uh, uh, air time, air days. 1991. Hold on a second. Through 1995, it said there for a second. I saw. Hold on a second. Let me go back. It says here September 17th, 1991 through May 25th, 1999. So it was like at the very end of it.
Yeah. And it was a really good show.
Yes, it was.
I loved it growing up.
I never really watched it. I never really watched any of the live action sitcoms and such. You know, and still to this day, I never really do. Like,
There also was a face reveal of his neighbor in.
oh, the guy, the fence guy, really?
Yeah, but I think it was only in the special that was made after the show had ended, where they talked about the show, about the history of it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that guy. Okay, so that's what he looks like. Huh.
Yes.
That's cool. And look, he even has like a little portable fence so he can talk to people in public. Like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am now? Like, oh, you're the fence guy.
Yeah, no offense taken.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
In 1999, the 26th American Music Awards, Celine Dion and Eric Clapton win.
Celine Dion must have been My Heart Will Go On, you know, because of Titanic.
Was that for Tears in Heaven or was that earlier?
Tears in Heaven? Let's see here.
Yeah, the song about his son that had died.
Tears in Heaven. 1992. So that was way before. You know what, hold on a second. Before you can, My Heart Will Go On release.
Yeah.
1997. So.
Yeah, it was on a 500 Titanic remake.
Could have been something else.
Anyway, in 1999, American comedian Jon Stewart succeeds Craig Kilborn as host of late-night talk and satirical news program The Daily Show on Comedy Central in the United States.
And he would go on to be the absolute best, in my opinion, host of that show. And then the idiot who took over after him is just running into the ground with all of his stupid. So, Trevor Noah, if you're watching this, resign. So, seriously.
And in 1999, Bülent Ecevit becomes Prime Minister of Turkey for the 4th time.
Dang. All right.
Yeah. And it's your turn again.
We got some, pardon me, we got some NFL history in 1999. Marty Schottenheimer resigned as head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. Huh. Or as Doom Guy would said, a different word that rhymes with Chiefs but starts with a Q. 2002, 7th Critics' Choice Movie Awards, A Beautiful Mind won the best film. Damn right it did. That's a good movie.
Yeah, very beautiful movie.
Yeah. I've only seen it once a long time ago, and I gotta watch it again. I gotta watch AI Artificial Intelligence again. You know, I gotta watch Death of Stalin again. Like, there's a lot of things I gotta watch again. A lot more that I gotta watch for the first time. But anyway... Yeah. 2003, we got another Alice article here. Washington right wing Jaromir Jagr scored his 10th career hat trick and added 4 assists for 7 points and his 1,200th NHL point in a 12-2 win against Florida. Jagr has 20 plus goals in each of his 13 NHL seasons. Dang, 12-2. That's kind of a curve stomping there. So.
Yeah.
Oh. And I believe, did I do my 3? I wasn't counting. So.
No, I don't know. In 2007, author J.K. Rowling finished the 7th and last Harry Potter novel in room 552 of the Balmoral Hotel in Edinburgh.
You know, it's a little creepy that we know exactly where she finished it. Like, you know, at some point, knowledge of things should, like, you know, be not known. Like,
maybe she wrote about it on the internet or something.
Maybe, yeah. Like, I hope it's not a case of somebody like going back through all the records, because you can find these things out if you go back and do some sleuthing. You can be like, oh, well, the book came out this, she said she finished it at this time, and where was she at that time and date? Oh, she was at this hotel, and oh, what room did she use? Like, you can find these things out. It's creepy. So, like, everything is connected. Everything is documented.
Well, I don't think it's very legal for the hotel to give out the room number.
No, they just hack and get the information themselves. They're not asking the hotel for the information. They can just, hack into the database. And yeah. I'm no hacker myself, but I know how they do things. So.
Yeah, we will continue before we get into trouble. In 2066 Golden Globes, Slumdog Millionaire, Mickey Rourke, Kate Winslet win.
Yeah, Slumdog Millionaire. Another movie I gotta watch. Ooh.
And in 2010, Simon Cowell leaves American Idol. I have not even a clue why that is relevant.
Well, Simon Cowell started American Idol, I believe. Like, he's from Britain, and I think he started Britain's Got Talent, I think. I'm not sure. Like, he had a lot of hands in a lot of things. And, as far as productions, like TV shows and such like that. And that's why he was one of the three judges on American Idol. He was like the creator of it. So.
All right.
2012 38th People's Choice Awards. Johnny Depp and Emma Stone won Movie Star, and Nathan Fillion and Nina Dobrev won TV Drama. So 2012. That sounds like maybe like another Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I don't know. We got a music concert here in 2014. During a concert in Maui, Mick Fleetwood announced that Christine McVie would be rejoining Fleetwood Mac. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, didn't she die recently? I think she died ago.
Yeah, last year, November 30th, at the age of 79, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, that sucks, but dang. And 1 year later, in 2015, the 72nd Golden Globes, Boyhood, Eddie Redmayne, and Julianne Moore won. I've been noticing a trend for a while. I haven't really mentioned it, but I've noticed, when we get into the 80s and 90s, and sometimes even beforehand, things go from actual historic events to more sports and pop culture oriented, focus. Like right here, we got I believe it's your turn now, 2016, though.
All right, I will quickly have a look. Here, 2016, the FIFA Ballon d'Or. That's the golden ball. Barcelona forward Lionel Messi wins his record 50 award with 41.33% of the votes. American midfielder Carly Lloyd is Women's World Player of the Year.
Dang. Kind of sad that they just put in Carly Lloyd as a footnote to this. But, hey, whatever.
In 2018, YouTube issues sanctions against vlogger Logan Paul after he posted footage of suicide victim's body in Japan in December.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, when he went to the suicide force in Japan and started making
Aokigahara Forest, or what it's called.
Yeah, he started laughing at somebody hanging from a tree, and then yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get banned. People like me, we get banned if we say one thing wrong. Yet he gets nothing other than a slap on the wrist for
Yes. Speaking of established titles, the guy who made that video, the Sam Sheffer or what he's called, he also did a video on Logan Paul recently exposing one of his scams. So
good. Man, those Paul brothers, especially Logan though. Logan is a real piece of work. Tell you what. So.
And in 2020 we have the re-election in Taiwan of Tsai Ing-wen for a second term as president in a landslide result.
Nice. She must be doing something right.
Well, she looks very intelligent in that picture. So. Well,
don't judge a book by its cover, but she won for a second time in the landslide for a reason, or maybe it was corruption. I don't know, but
corruption also is a reason.
Yeah. But Taiwan's going strong right now. But hey, there's one more highlighted article, so why don't you take this one here?
All right. In 2021, the United States House Democrats introduced one article of impeachment against President Donald Trump for, quote, incitement of insurrection, end quote, for encouraging his supporters to riot at the Capitol, which was, by the way, the best insurrection in history. They didn't even bring any weapons.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, like, how many times does it need to be shown that he did not? He actually said the opposite, and they just won't stop. You know, this is silly. You know, this is just, like, I expressed my disdain yesterday, and this is just ridiculous, you know? Like, enough. Like, sorry.
I mean, Hitler was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize once, I think, so...
Yeah.
Just saying, it's...
Anyway, before we move on to the burst of deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything you wish we had elaborated more about, researched on? Anything you would have liked to see, anything you would have liked to say had you been here? Start a dialogue down in the comments section. Let's move on up into bursts. I'm going to start us off today here in the year 347. Emperor Theodosius I, the Great of Rome, was the last emperor to rule the East and West Empire, born in Hispania, and he died in 395. So the first unified Roman Empire before they split off into East and West. So that's interesting.
Yeah, the Eastern Roman Empire also was known as Byzance. The Byzantine. The Byzantine Empire.
Oh, yes, that's right. Which later became the Ottomans. So
yes, I think so.
We got Alexander Hamilton, was born on this date in 1755. He was a U.S. founding father and the first Secretary of the Treasury from 1789 through 95. Born in Charlestown, Nevis, West Indies. He died in 1804. Alexander Hamilton, you know, happy birthday, and may you rest in peace. And then John A. Macdonald, 1815, first Prime Minister of Canada from 1867 through 73, and then 1878 through 91. Born in Glasgow, Scotland. Oh, that's interesting. A Scottish was the first Prime Minister of Canada. Did not know that. Huh.
Well, he had to come from somewhere.
True.
In 1842, we have William James. He was American psychologist, the principles of psychology, and philosopher, pragmatism. Born in New York City, New York, and he died in 1910.
Huh. I've heard that name.
And he had a magnificent beard.
A glorious beard, yes. It even looks like he's smiling. Like, yeah, I know my beard's awesome. Like he's hearing our conversation from the past, you know, or in the past from the future.
Yes. In 1872, we have Wilfred Badley. He was a British tennis player, winning Wimbledon 1891 and 1892, and also 1895. He was born in Bromley, England, and died in 1929.
Dang, dude! Like, would have been funnier if he had gotten into badminton. You know, Wilfred Badley played badminton.
Oh,
yeah. Huh.
He doesn't look like a tennis player, though.
No, he looks like a businessman. Like.
Yeah. Anyway, in 1885 we have Alice Paul. She was American suffragist of the National Women Party, and she was born in Mount Laurel Township in New Jersey. She died in 1977, and so she won essentially.
Yeah, well, like, she, you know, first wave feminism, you know, actually had something to complain about. Second wave too, like. I have nothing but respect for these people who actually, like, you know, were having actual adversary, like, real stuff against them, you know. Nowadays,
yeah, that was
it's all made up crap. So
that was when feminism actually was something good.
Yeah. We got Alan Paton in 1903, a South African author. Cry, The Beloved Country, and Too Late, The Phalarope, an anti-apartheid activist born in Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. So he died in 1988. So he sounds like a good guy. Anti-apartheid's got my book, you know. Good stuff. Albert Hofmann, 1906, a Swiss chemist who first synthesized and ingested LSD, born in Baden, Switzerland, and died in 2008. So the father of LSD, happy birthday.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you for all the junkies and the homeless people. We also have, let's see here. Come on, here we go. Rod Taylor, 1930, an Australian actor, the Birds and Time Machine. Born in Sydney, New South Wales, and died in 2015, mate. Tell you what.
In 1934, we have the 20th Prime Minister of Canada, Jean Chrétien, however he's pronounced.
That sounded fancy.
He was Prime Minister for the Liberal Party in 1993 to 2003 and born in Shawinigan, Quebec. So it's his 89th birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. There we go.
And in 1952, we have Ben Crenshaw, American golfer, U.S. Masters 1984 and 95. He was born in Austin, Texas, and it's his 71st birthday today.
All right. Maybe he's still out there playing golf, in his retirement.
Yeah.
If you're a retired golfer, do you still golf? That makes me wonder.
Well, the hole-in-ones are still special even if you don't do them officially.
Yeah, that is true.
In 1971, we have Mary J. Blige.
Yep. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. She's an American R&B singer-songwriter, Be Without You, and actress. I Can Do Bad All By Myself. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
She was born in New York City, New York. It's her 52nd birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I see we've been joined by Man. How are you doing today? Although your microphone is muted, so maybe he's AFK. Oh, there he is. Hooah! Welcome to the show, Man.
Hello.
You down to rattle off a couple of bursts?
Yes.
Our Doom guy is so manly, he's only called Man.
Yeah, he's just called Man.
And it's your turn again, I think.
Well, I'm seeing if Doom Guy would like. Actually, I'll go first, and then we'll go to Doom Guy, and then you, if that's cool. So, 1972, we have Amanda Peet, a U.S. actress, the whole 9 yards, Identity in 2012, born in New York City, New York, 51 today. Rahul Dravid, 1973, an Indian cricket batsman and captain, 164 tests, 13,288 runs at 52.31 cricket wicket. I have no idea. 36 by 100s and 344 ODIs. I don't know what that is. Overdose intoxications? I have no idea. Born in Indore, Madhya Pradesh, India. He is 50 today. Cool. And then Jamie Vardy, 1987, English football player, Leicester City, England, born in Sheffield, England. 36.
It's called Leicester City.
Leicester City.
That's how they pronounce it.
Leicester?
Yeah, like similar with Worcestershire sauce.
But so Leicester or Leicester?
Yeah, it's written like that, but it's called Leicester.
That's a weird name for a city. That's a weird name for a person. That's a sad name for a person. Go to Leicester. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he's just about a month. He's just a month older than me. I'm going to be turning 36 here this upcoming February. So, dang.
Yeah, essentially the CE is silent. Don't ask me why.
Well, there's one more in birth, actually, so I'll take this one if that's cool. 1997, we have Cody Simpson. He's 26 today. He's an Australian singer. I and All Day. He's also a swimmer, born in Logan City, Queensland. So happy birthday to you.
They named the city after Paul Logan.
I was gonna say Logan City. Didn't we talk about Logan before? Or is this Logan the X-Men, the Wolverine? God, I'm a bad nerd.
It's Wolverine City.
Wolverine City. Well, anyway,
it's just Rouge Ackman.
Mr. Man, do you want to start our deaths off today in 705?
In the year 705, John VI was Catholic Pope from 701 to 05. 705, dies.
just dead.
He's just bleh.
Bleh. Just collapsed like a heap of onions. Very quiet way to die too, by the way.
Yeah, just bleh. In the year 1874, American manufacturer Gale Borden, and he's also an inventor of condensed milk, dies at the age of 72.
He looks like condensed milk. Look at him.
Well, I used to.
He looks like Abe.
Yeah, he looks like old Abe.
He looks like Abe Lincoln if he made it to his 80s.
You know what? Maybe he is Abe Lincoln. Maybe Abe Lincoln faked his death and then went into hiding and then invented condensed milk.
Dude, I believe it.
And then he used it on his beard.
And then his beard just became condensed milk.
Well, I'm gonna take a page out of Doom Guy's book. Bro looks like he is the human embodiment of condensed milk. So. Anyway, let's stop ripping on the dead people here. Let's move on up.
In the year 1882, Theodore Schwann. Or no, what Schwann?
He looks like a Schwann.
It means swan.
German physician, physiologist, and co-originator of the cell theory. Schwann cells, pepsin, metabolism. Dies at the age of 71.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, wow, there's just a lot of people just dying.
Ooh. One more. We go 3 by 3 now. We just keep everything unified.
Alrighty. In the year 1893, Benjamin Butler, American Major General from the Union Army, Governor of Massachusetts from the year 1883 to 1884, and U.S. presidential candidate, greenback anti-monopoly ticket, dies of bronchial infection at the age of 74.
That is interesting. I gotta look that up here. Greenback anti-monopoly ticket. The Greenback Party. It was a U.S. political party with anti-monopoly ideology, which was active between 1874 and 1889. The party ran candidates in 3 presidential elections in 1876, 1880, and 1884 before it faded away. The party's name referred to the non-gold-backed paper money commonly known as greenbacks that had been issued in the North by the North during the U.S. American Civil War, and shortly afterward. So essentially, the central bank as such, was trying to get their toes into our cereal, more or less. For further reading on this subject matter on that article, the wiki, please refer to the underbar of the description below. The link is down there. Yeah. Mr. Blob.
Alright, we have a very famous one. In 1914 we have Ambrose Bierce. He was American writer and satirist. Devil's Dictionary, Nuggets and Dust. He dies at 71. And he was born in 1842.
Huh. What if he was talking about chicken nuggets?
In 1923 we have King Constantine I, King of Greece from 1913 to 1917 and also from 1920 to 1922. He died at the age of 54 and he was born in 1868.
Now that's weird. He stopped being king for 3 years. What happened? I thought kings were de facto. You can't switch them out and bring them back in. That's strange.
Must have been related to World War One.
Yeah.
If you can scroll a bit slower down, maybe, please.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because we have another one. If you scroll a bit down. Here, in 1941, we have Emanuel Lasker, German world chess champion. He was born in 1868. He also was inventor of board games and a lot more.
Oh, wow. So I wonder why he's not highlighted and there's not more information on that. Well, an inventor of board game. At least call him an inventor, of something. Give him some credit. So.
Well, he was world chess champion also, but...
Yeah. Well, they mentioned he was a chess player. They should say chess champion. and inventor in the very least. So.
Yes, we will put a link to him in the underbar. I hope. Where should I put it, Michaelis?
TDH research, if you don't mind. I know it's a little bit down there, but it just keeps
All right.
things. Yeah, thank you.
Anywho, let's continue. In 1988, we have Pappy Boyington, I think is how you pronounce him. He was American combat pilot and United States Marine Corps fighter ace during World War II. He died of cancer at 75. And he was born in 1912, so during World War II he was 27 to 33 years old.
Wow. That's, like, you think 27 to 33, that's only 5 years, but that sounds a lot more. We have Carl David Anderson, 1991, was a U.S. physicist, got the 1936 Nobel Prize in Physics. Died at the age of 85, and he was born in 1905. So that doesn't seem like a lot of information for someone who's highlighted. We also have Edmund Hillary, 2008, a New Zealand explorer and mountaineer who was first to scale Mount Everest with Tenzing Norgay. Died from a heart attack at the age of 88. He was born in 1919. So, wow. The first one to scale Everest. Nice. Well,
Yes.
Not good that he died, but, cool that we're reporting on him. So, may you rest in peace, you trailblazer.
Of course, he also had a lot of help from the Sherpas there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And we have Ariel Sharon, was an Israeli general, politician, and prime minister of Israel from 2001 through 2006. Who died from heart failure at the age of 85. He was born in 1928.
Yeah, he was a hardliner.
Oh my god. Is that the Israeli flag on his lapel? Like, I'd expect so. Man.
Oh, yes.
In the year 2015, Swedish actress Anita Ekberg starred in La Dolce Vita, La Dolce Vita, and Miss Sweden, 1950, dies at the age of 83.
Huh.
Dang.
She is beautiful. Was.
Yeah, R.I.P. to her. In the year 2021, Sheldon Adelson, American business magnate, CEO of Las Vegas Sands Casino Company and major political donor to the GOP and Israel, dies at the age of 87.
For a second, I thought that said Louis Anderson, because he kind of looks like him, too. I'm just like, wait, what? Like...
Yeah.
And then you get a wild card. Just choose one if you want.
Alrighty. Anatoly. We'll choose on Anatoly.
Anatoly, where?
2021. Or 2022. Anatoly Alyabiev. Russian biathlete. Olympic gold. The USR 20 kilometer individual, 4 times 7.5 kilometer relay, 1980, which means there was 4 guys that were on that relay. Dies from COVID-19 quote unquote dies of COVID at the age of 70.
Yeah. So of course, yeah. All right. But yeah, he competed against he competed for the Soviet Union. Yeah, it sounds like so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things OMNI Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific Time, 11 a.m. Mountain, 12 Central,
and 1 Eastern,
and 7 p.m. German time.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
I am Man, aka the Slayer.
And I'm the Protoblock.
Yes, and you, of course, are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, or if you're interested in news, some notable events, weather, and sports, we have that show coming up in a few hours at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Anyway, until whenever, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!